I am heavy weapons guy. And this is my weapon. Oh my God, who touched Sasha? Who touched my gun? Cry some more.
When finding the right man for the job, sometimes you need a big fella who does as he's told. A man who might as well be bulletproof. A man who might be outsmarted, but no one can outsmart his bullet. Can you beat Cyberpunk 2077 as Heavy from Team Fortress 2? With my content creator ass thinking this is the end of my Team Fortress 2 trilogy, being able to count to 3 before Valve, after taking on an offense class, a quote-unquote support class, it's now time for everyone's favorite defense class. However, you did all give me some really good recommendations for the other mercs, so if you want to see me do the rest of the mercs, leave a like, hype the video, or something, and something that cosplay I keep teasing, because I hate BetterHelp and want my channel to have more sims than them before the end of 2026, and if it happens, you get the cosplay. The rules are slightly complicated, so I'll talk about them when they come up. So we start with the difficulty that is relatable, for most. With the research I've done and to keep characters a little different, we go with Nomad. Since Mikhail was more of a hunter, ever since he got his reboot card for him and his family after escaping the Gulag. We now need to deal with the fun part, that being trying my best to make a big hunk of a character with a male body of peak femboy proportions, and after not even making the heavy, but instead the light, we can stuff as many body stat points into this bad boy as possible. And with trying to get to Night City, so I can support my family by getting work as a merc, I can fix my car. I've yet to find the man who can outsmart hot wire. The wire's too hot. And while pushing the button extra hard to fix it, I can meet the man getting me into Night City. At night. But unfortunately, as the man versus the machine, Arasaka Gravel Co. doesn't really take kindly to a new merc hitting the town. But we easily smuggle a pet in for Jackie, and also find out that this Jackie Wells fella and I can actually make a pretty great team. Of 2. Perhaps even break into a fortress. And while Sasha is on break, I always keep my fleshy man-enders around for backup. Originally, I also wanted to heal with only food, but since this isn't something I can do in combat, I kinda said screw it, I'm just the big guy that only heals from Manco-approved sandwich air injectors. Also known as couldn't find a mod that allows me to eat in combat, but I also didn't search too hard, so we use our heavy weight to take on these puny men, even if my 300-pound ass needs a slight moment to myself before finding an equally strong man, with a not so equally hot wife, not equally heavy weapon. I take the man's wife with my bare fists, and save the heavy weapon from a life of pain. I also save Smiling Friends fans after the news that the show is over, but they easily recover as they're happy it's ending on a good note, unlike Rick and Morty. And with merc work well done, after some sleep, we wake up for the day. And as a strong merc who needs to wake up and start our morning routine, it's a good thing that today's video and this message is sponsored by Raycon. Let's go, baby! Dab me up, yo, dab me. As the springtime comes closer, all of us are doing some spring cleaning or workouts to lose that last bit of weight. We all need some positive reinforcement to keep our routine and schedule in check. If you are LarsBurrito specifically and have that feeling that a cosplay is looming over your shoulder, you're probably getting back into working out, meaning you need headphones or earbuds that actually don't throw themselves off your head with every push-up. And that's where the Raycon's Bone Conduction headphones come in. I won't lie, when I first got them, I was a little hesitant to trust not only its ability to stay on, but allow me to blast my brain with rot content while still being able to hear the world around me. But the off-ear audio and design keeps the headphones as locked in as me when a homie sends that 3 AM thanks for everything message. With the Bone Conduction headphones' use of sending sound through vibrations instead of just hope, as well as hooking around your ear, they stay in like a dream. And with its long battery life and being not only waterproof, but also dustproof, they're pretty much perfect for anything you'd need. Standing in front of a mirror, acting natural in your room. Wow, I'm naturally standing in this room. Or in the gym and on the go. And not to mention, if you need good headphones and want to support the channel, the Bone Conduction headphones are perfect for refreshing your routine this spring. Go to buyraycon.com/LarsBurritoBC to get 20% off. And thanks to Raycon for sponsoring this video. It now has no mineral ads. So enjoy. And now that I've honored a contract, we make our way to Jackie. He's got us mercs another new job. but it's time for my weekly checkup with my doctor. The kid's got a gun! Sorry. He's sniffing it. He can remind me he lost his medical license during the last colonoscopy he did, but with my heavy body, heavy with healthiness, it's easy to make my way to the new job.
You are dead. Not a big surprise.
Why do you fall down like an angel? A T-posing angel. That's how I want to go out. A tale as old as time. Unless you haven't played Cyberpunk 2077. Then I got your back, Jack. Or Mark. Or Steven. We are stealing a chip made by Arasaka Gray. While its contents are currently unknown, we need a pyro-grade spider bot, something we need to get from these people who refuse to look me in the eyes. And I'll also need to talk to the lady who's going to hire us, needing to meet her at a club, seeing a lady who's, by definition, trying her best. I think she's summoning a monster? I'm not really sure. Before I meet with the lady who smokes, and with my PTSD in full effect, I make sure to keep her in front of me at all times. Unfortunately, see footage of me the last time I made the sandwich.
You look like a cut of fuckable meat.
But this information lets us see how a CEO thinks humans sleep, and find out he followed one of those, did you know that if you add kind of cooking shorts, and now his potato chips are covered in cottage cheese and are now in the freezer. But this gives me levels, important levels, as I now get to reveal to you I added a mod for this heavy run. A mod that adds a perk called Got Back, that allows me to not only grab HMGs, but keep them on me at all times. Even allowed to, quote-unquote reload them, if you spell reload F-U-C-K. If you were hoping this was going to be a run where I keep grabbing new HMGs and need to keep a new one on me at all times, I'm pretty sure Sweaty Better did an idea similar to that, and you should watch that instead. But this is a heavy weapons guy video. Let him have his Sasha. And after a small tip from a friend,
either you fuck others, or you get fucked.
I do the fuck of the others, and since the malware men treat heavy weapons like turrets, I save said turrets and get to pouring out the $400,000 of ammunition in almost 12 seconds. I have a feeling I'm going to enjoy this. The last part of the rules can come into effect. Basically, I'm only allowed to sprint with my fists, much like an unlock most heavies are going to be using. My brain rot makes sure I'm at least a little distracted, but it's okay. You're allowed to think this is cool. I mean, just look at that score. Before the score is all I have, as half the mod wasn't working at this point. Usually it allows for double the normal ammo, and without it, let's just say I'm not called Heavy Fist Guy for a reason. But on a reload, I'm able to make my handcrafted $200 custom tool cartridges, and with them, this man who becomes a machine can find out that the wear and tear of being a machine isn't really worth it. All of that and you couldn't outsmart Bullet? Baby. I can release the best music track any gaming YouTuber ever has.
Yeah.
We can then hype ourselves up for the job of a lifetime. It's a simple thing to do. Show off the Pyro Spider Bot, even if that thing scares me. My friends and I talk about that friend that's got everything.
Because he lives in Phoenix.
He lives inside of a Marvel's character? That's crazy.
He does.
Yeah. Lives between those fucking fat thighs.
What?
What? And this job that can't be messed up, as us two heavy run-it-down mid-fellas get hired for a delicate steel stuff mission. And it seems there's a bit of a 1v1 versus the Arasaka Machine Maker's owner and his son. A disagreement on how easily they can rob their customers. This argument makes the building go on red alert, so much so that I try and scout double jump for safety. And the chip we stole needs to be inserted to get out without any more damage. Despite leaving our weapons at the door, let's just say I'm the smart kind of guy who knows how to get Sasha inside without any issues. I've yet to see man outsmart Ham Wallet.
Ham wallet.
The prison pouch.
Yuck.
While mowing down men, I also remember I may be heavy weapons guy, but I also get one shotgun. It's always nice to remember I'm also somewhat of a fat scout as well. And with that incoming flow of XP, I also get a perk for my HMG and shotgun that is pretty much just random crits, as sometimes shooting people just kinda blows them up. Thumbs up emoji. Show I'm actually the worst person. I think I might be able to one and done the recording today, but I'd probably be up till midnight doing it. Probably past midnight, actually.
So you lied.
Okay. That's got me so off guard with that. So you lied. You're a liar. And with our way to the point finally cleared out, Jackie can forget what his Sunday best is.
Brother,
The drone's $30 haircut can make me defunct them with a pistol that I didn't pay for. I hoped to save my heavy friend, but the only heavy thing I can feel is the pain of knowing that the last thing my friend did was take out a piece of himself and stuff that piece of him deep within me. I tell him to enjoy this sandwich in the sky, and the sadness comes in hard. Anger flows as I could have given him sandwich. But my anger distracts me from the obvious threat at hand, meaning that Heavy is dead. I am dead? This is so stupid. So dead, in fact, that I have a dream of a time before me, as a heavy shooter with boom booms to spare, and given a death that wasn't really fair. But I wake up in the trash, wading through metal, getting to see what we all do to that one friend that forced us to get a $20 game that we only played once. I was saved by this Takamura fellow. He gets told by my doctor that the chip that was inserted into me has made it so I have 3 days to live. Or weeks, I couldn't really hear. I mean, the teleporting and the chip must have caused some problems if this is how I dress when I wake up.
what's that? What's that, brother?
But the man who works for the machine tells me it's time to fix his company, and he'll need my help. He needs a merc he can trust. I mean, he watched the whole Meet the Heavy and everything. I'm the man for the job, apparently. But I'm also told of a power play that can not only pay me, but get me and my family the needed money for retirement, even with my expensive ammo debt. Find out that change is not the spice of life. Something seen this fit before, but it is like 9 out of 10 GGWPC in the next one. I talked to a fixer on finding the creator of the chip, but before doing things that are good for me, I need to get on a side quest to get an unlock. Kind of. There is a suspected organized crime, basically a place you're allowed to go to commit mass people deletion, and of course taking out a robot. Find a shotgun called the Headsman, something I didn't use a whole lot. I got it as it was one of the few shotguns with no stock, but it is also a slug shotgun. Not bad, but not heavies. I think about the many mistakes that got me into this moment, while also thinking of Sandwich, before getting to the fellow nomad who's going to help me. One Pan Am baller is in need of my help, and will get me the payment of services instead of goods, which is perfect for me. I take the time to get some armor, so the term I am bulletproof is much more applicable. And set up this whole sneaky fight back plan before I remind this lady I am not so stealthy guy. And after showing her what I can do, she wants me to take on her rival clan. So I quickly go further in debt over bullet, with duo of me and my gun, making clearing out this area very easy. I even spend a bit of time doing some more fat scouting. But with Pan Am's day saved, we can bond over drink and sandwich, before making my way to the other lady who can help me while I help her.
I have observed on the packaging after chewing and swallowing the gummies that it says do not take more than 2.
Well done.
So if I die, just know that Lars gets my Warframe account.
Sweet, that's like $5. I think Judy tried to spy check, but this is the wrong video. And since things are normal, I don't know what I expected when I walked into this room, but it definitely wasn't magical lady floating in the air. Okay. I make my way to the lead. Lead, doing a quick acceptable crash out, and I groan in anger as Sasha needs to be taken away for a moment. I showed them what life was like before my first weapon, and I'm using my bare fists, as they do a wild amount of damage. It's almost like every hit is just a random crit, until I get to fight a fellow boy of heavy proportions. But they use baby weapons. Either way, we clear the place out, take out the man who has information on Boss Lady, grab Sasha. The man in my head keeps trying to make me blow up the bad corporation people, so with calling Lady Judy, wanting to help find Evelyn, I ran to grip most of the guards while getting to the baby man who saw the Boss Lady last. I take his face to Pound Town, test Judy's humor by asking her about the wage gap. I can literally smell the sandwich through the screen, meaning I know that these scavs are working out of a power plant nearby. And thanks to the element of walking behind people who don't hear my heavy steps, I'm able to start my assault. And these simple puny men don't have what it takes to take out the wall of meat. You all are babies! Get to finally save Boss Lady. For once, see the wall behind her, and A little confused. Did she write this? That's bad if so. Judy can be a friend who gives me the benefit of the last lead needed to find the people Boss Lady was working for. And this is the last of Judy. I was actually going to do her quest line to get a very special sandwich item that wouldn't help the build at all, but it is a sandwich item. But she never gave me the needed text to continue her quest line. So, fuck me, I guess. But now it's time for side quest 2. This time slightly involves almost a fortress. Now I need to do quests for a guy who calls himself a Capitan. And to be able to tap this man, I need to do as a merc does, and melt the problems before me.
I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your
I thought
smile.
you said you knew Spanish.
Senor, por favor.
That's pretty good. These people deserve the strange and downright bad waves I'm dismembering and tearing them up. I think. I kinda didn't check. But most importantly, save Blue Lady from Bad Blue Team. Getting to see my game just doing its best. What the fuck? It's like a half-naked guy standing in a hallway and he doesn't actually exist. Oh, he does kind of exist, just a little bit. And since no one can pay me to change sides, take a small break to do some woman punching. Become the best fighter within a 5-foot radius of myself. And when I'm done, the Cap Man says I've earned a shotgun that we will very generously call the family business, even if it has a really bad skin on it. But bad chest rolls aside, now as heavy as a heavy weapons guy can be, we can be distracted. What is that? Is that a cat? It's a cat. Oh my gosh. It's a Bakaneko. And after getting talked down to for the better part of a conversation that I wasn't listening to, we go from Takamura's friend to someone who is actually of use. A parade that should get Takamura what he wants. But it's back to baller. The plan is thankfully simple. Me get to use heavy weapon on Panam's car, get to be the other character that my voice actor plays, but thanks to not my fault, Panam can't outsmart Bullet, and she needs my help. Obviously with my Sasha in hand, I can easily move forward and clear the area out, killing nothing, because they're robots, and robots aren't alive, or have rights. Until we have one man to kill. But thanks to my careful planning, we saved Mitch. He let me know where Hellman was taken, and as it turns out, one wall of man with a minigun doesn't get stopped by men and drones wielding some one-handed scrapped pistols. So we push our way in, save Hellman from being safe. Panam is a little nervous. Damn. Panam is a little nervous that she needs to get a talking to from her leader, and the man who is meant to be able to help me can only talk about some fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Find that teleporting for years has put the sandwich spots in my brain, and after Johnny makes our modern day seems like his current day, we meet up with the yet-to-be-useful Takamura. Find out that foreshadowing is a literary device, and since I'm no sniper, while Takamura wants to take a bit of a peek, I just rush in bullets a-flying, where we find out, as it turns out, stay with me here, if you bring a minigun to a place where people's best line of defense tends to be one mech and some stop resisting, then you can easily take down what we will generously call security, fight the only enemy worth a damn, and boom, parade float now belongs to us. Before finally heading to Pacifica for some last minute information. I have the overwhelming premonition that someone might try and backstab me, which turns out to be correct. But this just leads me to the job I need to do if I want chip information. And I now have a third voice in my head, with Placide, Johnny, and of course...
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
It was on my way to our last fight in the mall, but I guess I scared the last boss so much that it's actually much easier than you think. Uh-oh. And I broke her. Okay. Punched the man who gave me no respect. Talked to the lady whose game decided to drop the 2, because it had literally no chance to compete with Team Fortress 2. Get to have a nice bath time that turns into watching over-exaggerated and lifeless sex, so much so that this lady died of boredom. And the relatable... And the relatable part can happen as Johnny's girlfriend is AI. And instead of trying to sympathize and push him into a real human connection, I just meet the medic and get a second baboon heart for more armor. With none of my calls I want coming in, and getting left on red, I for some reason buy a car, steal from the poor, not only for some top tier murder, but also to get some art. Or at least something trying to be art. But seeing such fake monstrosities reminds me of what real art is. The art of honoring your lost friend. And the only way to do so is to also enjoy the new friendships made along the way. as Miss Baller calls me Preston Garvey the way that she needs my help. Unfortunately, wants me, during the day, to sneak behind enemy lines. So we do things like Burger King, which is my way, so much so that I find an iconic that I've actually never heard of, and put the challenge on hold to at least try it. I mean, come on. And Jesus. But it's back to blasting, save the leader of Pan Am's clan, get one of the few driving sections that let you use the weapon of your choice, see someone's bad acting because, dude, there's no way it's that cold. Come on. In the morning, Pan Am is happy before I can be sad, as someone I thought was a friend did this to Sandwich. Find out my whole life has been wasted, as fish could have been in Sandwich, before quote-unquote stealth killing a sniper, build more ammo, find out I get a standing ovation in killing one guy, and make sure the last sniper goes out without a bang. Or with a bang. And while trying to help, Takamura's friend comes in to cause problems. Or, okay, he tries to cause problems. Holy shit. I don't really know if Oda has a weakness, but I guess it's about $400,000 worth of peanut-coated bullets that's making his allergies act up. Or the lead. It might be the $400,000 worth of lead. That was the fastest boss fight I have ever gone through in my entire fucking life. But after doing my part, Takamura can't do shit, because with his plans making our chuckle nuts have to think fast, I just decide that I'm going to get out on my own. Hanako still wants to work with me since I actually get stuff done, but Johnny would rather I didn't. So, still wanting to send money back home, I take some time to take up boxing. Something that's very easy, as everyone is babies. Only thing to stop me is a random box of fuck you. But the medic is happy to back me up during the boxing championship of 2077. A fight that is so unfortunately easy, as I myself am just a normal man with normal fists, against someone that has so many enhancements, they look like a mix of an anime character and a Transformers OC. But it was all worth it, as the reward for my work is a smile. I've never seen this NPC smile until fucking today. Holy shit. That was worth my time. Get to do another instance of Guess the Run, just like from the scout video. Hey, can you tell who I am in this run?
No. Actually, no. Oh, it's Heavy Weapons guy.
Just want you to make me feel like I'm the only girl in the world.
Dude, is that joke in your video? I swear.
It is now.
Oh my god.
Finally get to call. Oh, and then the Pan Am. And get back to helping Pan Am. Her and her clan, minus the leader, are wanting to steal a Militech shipment. And once we easily do, Pan Am can finally be a good character.
Militech to worry about too.
Stop it! Fuck!
And let me try out the new heavy weapon. But she also becomes a very bad character, as despite the fact that I've been dodging and weaving past any kind of romantic interest, Pan Am still lets you just have some mindless plastic rubbing. But I'd very honestly rather fight in the funny vehicle and save her clan. Doing so well that I can earn a little nap, and get told if I need help with some random giant heist mission, I can call on her and her clan. So after a long night of enjoying the silence, I decide it's time for the last job, as it's time to take on the bank that I owe so much money to due to my expensive ammo problem. So I call in a favor on the AI ex-girlfriend that cheated on Johnny, and of course Pan Am's clan. While my friends struggle at talking.
So what'd you make it for, Kyra? Oh, that's awesome.
What did you say? What did I make what up for?
Dude, I had to do that earlier because like Terry was here and he's like, hey, oh man, how's that going? And then just got fucking nothing for a minute. All right, man, go talk. Hey, good talk. I'm sorry. That's on me.
What did you ask?
What'd you make it for?
What do you mean?
Okay, that's awesome.
What did I make what for? Fucking English, bitch.
Try and get some good sleep. I am here for like another 45, maybe 30.
45?
And I'm trying to fix my fucking sleep schedule, bitch. I'm sorry I don't want to be up till 5 in the morning.
You gotta wake up early for what? A
So that
9
I
to
can
5?
so that I can go to the gym, so that I can come home and shower, so that I can make a meal, a succulent Chinese meal, and then I can fucking start to stream. And if you know Cyberpunk, this mission wants you to use a sniper. But if you instead don't, you just kind of hold the sniper until the problem is gone all by itself. Someone gets to commit my second favorite war crime. We temporarily become an offense class as we need to rush in and take over the area, before we can finally be the defense class that we were meant to become. Even if it has a bit of a scary end. But we can break into the bank, upload AI into the workflow to ruin the bank's stocks, and to try and counteract me, they summon a guy with a heavy weapon. Something that, for once, actually happens to be hard, due to my inability to walk faster than a grandma with a walker. And while this starts as a problem, with a mix of using cover, pulling out my fists to actually allow running, hitting Smasher to the point where he doesn't spend enough time attacking for my health to just kind of naturally regenerate, is a lot easier thanks to the movement. So I can bring the robot down to his knees, Johnny gets back into a toxic relationship with the red-thighed lady, and with my debt clear, and money to spare, it's back home to the family. And while I wasn't able to outsmart Bullet, I was at least I was able to at least beat Cyberpunk 2077 as the Heavy from Team Fortress 2. Thank you so much for watching and show your support for however you see Thank you so much for watching and show your support however you see fit. If you hadn't noticed, I've been actually trying to stream a little bit more recently. Just kind of streaming random games and also about to start streaming some challenge runs for the whole world to see. Hopefully uploads won't take a hit, but you know. And also don't forget I hate BetterHelp, something get me more subs than their channel before the end of the year. And I do the funny cosplay. But once again, thank you all so much for watching, and not as always.
I am heavy